One of the hot topics that we're starting to see discussed more and more in self storage is the use of AI. So, this video, I'm going to kind of cover off the three levels of AI, how we are transitioning our business to utilize more of it, and some real life examples of how we utilize it. So, we'll start with level one. This is probably where most people have some type of familiarity with AI usage. An example of this would be like we had a tenant, for example, that on our website it states that it's 12 by 40 is kind of the designated space for outdoor parking. Now, they interpret it as I can store as much as I want. So instead, what we got was a flatbed truck with three vehicles and then another vehicle. So they're actually storing five vehicles in this 12 by 40 spot, even though our lease specifically said that it's only one vehicle per space. You don't get to utilize the whole entire space to stack it with as much as you possible, let alone go up with it with trucks on the bed. So in that case, what we would do then is we could essentially use AI to say, hey, let's create this letter, remove any sarcasticness I might have, and try not to basically insult them and say, listen, per your lease, which this is attached, it's referenced specifically here, you cannot utilize that. Okay. So that would be more basically replacing a task. Okay. Level two is more kind of replacing a job. So a good case of that would be I have Lumio storage right here, for example. But this would be like, let's say like after hours or even during after hours, if my other staff is on the phone with somebody, we're actually having it take calls. So I'm going to just use this as a right example right here. We're going to try a call. Hi, could you give me pricing on a 10 by 10 storage unit and let me know if you have any specials? It does. So, are you located next to the movie theater in town, or is that located near the Publix down the road? Yeah, sure, that's fine. Sure, 555-1212. Okay, so in this scenario, we're actually utilizing AI agent to ask questions, and then with data, which we can provide it, we can call it transcripts. We can basically answer relative questions. Now, obviously, you see, got a little caught up when I asked you the question that's very real, where people ask, "Are you located next to something in town?" Now, I can further develop this now too as well, where like let's say that if I want to make sure my staff is polite. They're saying thank you, or I want a flat calls out where they don't say thank you, or let's say I want to make sure that they don't hang up on the customer, they don't swear at customers. I can have even tag specific words through the AI. So if, for example, like they swear at a person, it's the immediate D or C, and then that will send me the transcript. So more importantly, I can also use it for feedback with them too as well. And so it allows me to basically almost create a job or a position and do that. Okay. Now that would be level two, an area where we could utilize that. Your level three now would be somewhere along the lines of, let's say that I have my policies, procedures. I have my calls that like, I flag as being a bad call. And let's say I review a call and I have my policies, procedures. I can actually have AI make a suggestion that based on so and so procedures, this would not be a great call. We recommend adding this as a broad phrase, exact phrase to make this an automatic field call and send you a link. So essentially, it's helping me create policies and also implement them too as well. So that's where we're trying to get to where we're at right now currently. So going forward, as you look at AI, this is, I think, where we're going to kind of start to see the trend more. A lot of it's focused around the call center, replacing the staff. It's very easy to make sure that a staff member that is AI is going to be polite at all hours of the day, and let alone they'll still take calls after hours. Yeah, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave one in the thread.